Hi folks, hope you're doing well. Well, yeah, I just clicked it to record and it did, and then probably turned off. No idea. These phones are weird. Anyway, so yeah, it's still incredibly sticky right now. Really sticky again. It's starting to get a bit fresher. I looked at the weather forecast, and certainly at night time it's going to come back down to about 12 degrees, which is really good. Because it was like, the other night, I'm not sure if it was last night or the night before, it was about 24 degrees at night, which is really difficult to be able to sleep. I said a few interesting things about that actually. I mean, there was one lady who looked at, why people, like you get people that are Australian, they come to the UK and they find it quite weird. Because people in the UK have a slightly warm day and they're like, oh, it's too hot. Oh, it's too hot. Yeah. And she said that's because of the fact that we're just not used to it. Because our climate is more towards mild. Anything too cold, we can't have. We don't like that at all. Anything too hot, we don't like at all. But in places like Australia, heat is something that they're quite used to. Cold is something that they're not. So, they'd be wrapped up in tons of duvet type clothing if they come to the UK in spring, because to them it's freezing cold. Yet to us it's actually really nice. It's nice and warm, because it's warmer than what the average temperature is going to be. So the average temperature in Australia is completely different. So America, you have that in different areas. Some areas of America where the average temperature is far lower than others, and when people visit from different areas, they're affected differently by the temperatures. Hi. And then there was a chap talking about a doctor, apparently. Doctor of sleep. Okay. Doctor of sleep. Oh, there you go. Yeah. So, yes, this doctor of sleep was saying, well, the reason why people struggle so much to sleep in hot weather, certainly hot nights, is because in order to sleep, your body needs to be able to drop 1 degree in temperature, to be comfortable. And he was saying, that one way to deal with that. Come here, pups. This way. Over here. He was saying one way to do that is have a shower, hottish shower before bed, because that raises the temperature of the body, and the body thinks that, okay, the temperature can now drop because the temperature is quite high, so we can drop the temperature now. As soon as the temperature of the body then drops after the shower, now you can sleep, because now your body temperature has come down. Which was, interesting. Yeah. Well, before I came out today, I was watching an interview with Mike Graham and Alexandra. I can't remember her surname, sorry. I will include the video. I think it's called Off Air with Mike Graham. And this lady was an ex Brexit MP, or MEP, member of the European Parliament, and she was explaining how the EU works. And it's absolutely disgusting. I will include that video in this one. When I upload this one, I will include that video in the description, because it's absolutely disgraceful. I mean, I've said before that Black Lives Matter don't seem to care about up-to-date slavery and stuff like that. And the EU is behaving pretty much the same way as slave traders did years ago. 1 second. Right, back. There's a person with doggy. Oh, there's another person here with doggy. Right, 1 second. We're going to go up this way. Come this way. Come this way. I'm going to do what these people don't do. I'm going to divert to give people a chance to walk past. Because even that person with doggy, they could have come up this path here. Perfectly good path, just a little way, just until I got past, so there wouldn't possibly be an issue with dogs. But no, they choose never to do that. And where is she? There's a troublemaker, there she is. Because with that, we just come across a dog. Amber started barking a bit at the dog. I didn't even realise she was way ahead of me, she was. No problem, she didn't try and bite the dog, she was just barking a bit. But then Lucy started barking as well. Because obviously Amber was encouraging Lucy. Come, babes, this way. So it's like, oh, well, that's not helpful, is it really? You know, one starts to bark, and the other one starts to bark. It's like, oh, not useful. Sorry, I keep getting spider webs over me. You go between trees, and the spiders seem to love it. Which is fine, they're not in my house. So it's when they come in your house, it's like, get out, come on. You have no permission, you're not paying rent. So spiders move. Yeah, I was talking about, EU. Oh, jeez. The way the EU is run is absolutely crazy. Yeah, and this lady goes on to explain how the people that they actually employ in the EU to run is very much like Trump. Trump employs people that you really shouldn't employ in certain departments. The EU were way ahead of him in that. Like they were saying, she was saying that there was one bloke who was fired from his job in his country. He was running the finances of a country. He was fired for that because of the fact that he was stealing money and, to take his boyfriend on holiday. As she says, hollybobs. And he was then given a job in the EU to manage a far, far bigger budget than he had with his country anyway. A man who's been proven to be a thief of money, when put in that position. The EU says, yeah, perfect, man. Let's stick him in charge. But it's like they were saying that basically the woman was saying about Africa, where the EU basically went into Africa. She was working in Africa at the time, she said, and the EU was going into Africa. She was in Sudan, I think, or something like that. Anyway, sorry, I forget the name of the place that she mentioned, an African place, African nation. But she was saying EU went in and said to basically all the African nations, if you want to continue to receive aid in future from any of our members, any at all, you need to sign this agreement. And the agreement basically was, you can grow the beans for the chocolate, but you cannot produce chocolate yourself. You cannot sell chocolate. You can only grow the beans. We do all the rest. We sell it. We even sell it back to you. If you try and sell it, we're going to put a 60% tariff on top of your chocolate to make sure you can't do it. And of course the countries had no choice but to agree. And so in a way, these countries are still enslaved, but now by the EU as their workers, because they have to work in the fields to produce this stuff. They get virtually hardly any money at all for doing so, and yet the profit from the chocolate is huge, but they never see any of it. I saw a video recently that was quite cool, and if I can find it again, I'll include it. It was where African farmers, chocolate farmers, were finally able to taste the bar of chocolate. Someone went to see them and took them a bar of chocolate so they could taste it. And, that was something that was absolutely gorgeous. Sorry, again, the angle of the video or of the camera has been downwards. I've been focusing on what I'm saying and on what I'm walking, not necessarily on the view of the camera. See, I would get a GoPro. The reason why I don't is because I can't stand the wide view, because it makes everything look so tiny, like a fisheye sort of effect. And no, I just don't like that at all. I have one of those devices, and I have the thing it goes onto that you can strap on your head. A bit weird, but okay. But again, it's wide view. So everything looks absolutely tiny with the phone. It's not wide view, and everything looks pretty much normal. Yeah. Lucy Lou, you getting a bit aggro? You getting a bit aggro, Lucy? Aye. Oh dear. Yeah, so the EU. Yep. It's a good thing to leave. It really is. Well, it's like, what is it? With the EU, she was also saying that Greece should be the country, really, that should be the main country producing olive oil. But they're not. And they're not because of the fact that Greece pretty much wanted to leave the EU. So what the EU did, they pretty much said, okay, we're going to get rid of all your ministers that are in favour of leaving the EU. We're going to replace them with people that are heavily in favour with staying in the EU. And we're going to take all your business, basically. We're going to collapse your economy to such a degree. I think they were saying that there was, I think, tens of thousands or even 100,000 people on food stamps. Yeah, where they just couldn't get money. They couldn't earn money. They didn't have a job. They couldn't buy food. They needed to be on food stamps in Greece. Germany is now selling olive oil in Greece. Germany is one of the biggest producers of olive oil, even though they have no olive trees. Pretty much. Because I think they've basically done with... Amber! What the heck is she eating? Pack it up! What is that down there? No idea. Pack it up, Amber. Dirty girl, isn't you? Stop eating whatever that was. Bad. You don't know what it was, do you? It could be poisoned as far as you know. Got a taste to it, so you eat it, didn't you? Nutter. Oh, jeez, really? Amber, ahead, go. Go on. Another dog behind. The owner's just walking right into the pack, which is crazy. Riley, move. Go. We'll try and get out of her way. But I think we've got another dog ahead. There's someone on a... Is that electric scooter? Amber, come. Now, leave that. Come, baby. Come on. Try and get away from this doggy behind us before there's any issues. Good girl, Amber. That's better. See? Chewie, come. This way. We'll go down to where this scooter went, I think. Was that a quad bike or a scooter? I'm not totally sure. Get it, Riley. You get it, babes. No idea. We'll find out in a second as we go down. Although they're moving a heck of a lot quicker than we are. I think that's just a scooter. Yeah. That's one of those mobility scooters. Insane. Oh, there's a dog there. That might be the owner of the mobility scooter. Not too sure. There's a dog there, but where the owner is of that one, I don't know. Come over here. Come on, we'll have to go over here a second and let that dog go by. It's annoying where these people just come up right to us. Just do what I do. I just wait for a few minutes. Yeah. See, there's another dog over there anyway. Yeah. They're a little one. So I don't know what's over here, but we're going to go here. I don't think I've ever been here before, so give it a go. Alright, give it a go. Give it a go. Never been here. Even if we just go here to walk back. Get a bit of distance between me or us and a doggy over there. So, yeah. This is the path I don't think I've ever been down. No. It goes somewhere. That's a certainty. It does go somewhere. Yeah, what was I saying also with regards to Europe? What else was the woman saying? Anyway, yeah, I'll put that interview there. Good interview. It was a good interview. She was explaining in quite a lot of detail how the European Union actually works and how really, it's not really a European Union because they don't even recognise the states in there. Countries, they're being discouraged to put flags in front of them of where they're from. The United Nations has that, but European Union doesn't want that. Lucy stick. There you go, good girl. We're going into an area I've never been before. If I get lost and fry up a flare, will you come and get me? Well, I'm not exactly a forager, so I won't really know if there's food here. They'll be fine, because if I die, they can eat me. So they'll be fine, they'll get plenty of food. Like me, they can probably go a few days without food. They wouldn't want to, and neither would I particularly, but they can go a few days without food. Now, the heck is up here? All these areas that you've never been. Weird. The thing you've got to watch for with areas like this is that there could be a road nearby. And you certainly don't want... See how they run ahead? You don't want running ahead into a road. So, got to be aware of what you're walking into. So there's a road over there. See the van there? Yeah, there's a road there. So we're not going that way. There's the car and the big old truck. We don't want to run in front of that thing, do we? Come this way. Can't run in front of that thing, can you? No. We'll try down here. No, I mean, there should be signs saying road near. So people walking dogs, a dog doesn't just run ahead and run through that area and run in front of something, because it could easily happen. That's why also vehicles need to be aware. Yeah, there should be a sign. I mean, I've never actually seen a sign, even near woods. To say animals could be running out. Dogs or other animals could be running out. Because that would be probably a useful thing to have as well. Yeah. I think I know where we are now. We just need to go over there and we're back on the path. I'm not sure what to do now, because I could take him for another walk in a sec. It's a sort of catch-22, because I went to bed quite late because I had a few kips yesterday. It was just too hot. It really was. I didn't really eat anything at all. I mean, I've got some beef that I slow cooked. That's in the fridge, in a tub in the fridge. I put really the equivalent of what I would have for a late evening snack, really. I put that in a tub, put it in the microwave, and I only managed to eat half of that. That was the day before. That was not last night, night before. Then last night, I put a tiny bit more into that with a bit of gravy. Tried to eat it, couldn't eat it. Too much again. Now that's nothing compared to what I normally eat. But it's the heat factor, so that's the thing. That's why you get tired more, because of the fact you're not eating as much. So I haven't trained for a couple of days either now. Again, heat related. You don't want to be really lifting weights and stuff like that. When you've got that sort of situation there. It's like, right, okay, that's not good, is it? Yeah. Right. Well, I've got to make another phone call later when I get back. Some advice that I need. So I'll get that. I heard from the lawyer who's supposed to be dealing with the case over, Lucy getting neutered and the fact the vet's come into doing that. And I've got to respond to this lawyer. Now he's come out with that he's now got a reply from the vets. The vets have lied, really, about what was happening, but the way they've lied means there's no way around it. But this is like 3 years after I opened the case. He now has finally contacted the vets and asked them what they want to say about it. If it had done that week 1, or week 2, or 3, or 4, or 5, or 6, their answer could have been got. We'd have realised, okay, there's no point really pushing this, because my word against theirs, isn't it, really? I've got no evidence. Yeah, unless they can actually record not only the phone call, But the conversation I had with the vet afterwards, it proves that what they did was out of order. Because even the lawyer, he said that I spoke to the vet first and then someone else. No, other way around. So this lawyer is supposed to be, the law is about details and about getting details right. You can't even get those details right. So I've got to try and respond in the right way. Now, obviously, there's no way moving forwards. Not with this lawyer. No way, shape or form. All he's going to try and do is con me out of more money. That's the reality. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't until, with a case like this, apparently, I didn't learn until 3 years into it, but you have 3 years to claim personal injury. If you're going to claim it. Wait, leave it, now, loose. Come on. Now, of course, 3 years to claim personal injury. When did he tell me we need to claim that? A week before, well, about a month before. About a month before that 3 years was up. So, excuse me, you've had 3 years to tell me this. You wait until that 3 years is basically up. Who are you working for, me or them? You're supposed to be representing me. Ah. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? Yeah. That's why, certainly as a Christian, it's probably not a good idea, trying to use these worldly systems. Although, the problem is that we still live in the world. We have worldly understandings to things, don't we, really? That if someone has done something that's out of order, they should answer for that. That's fair. Well, God's going to say no. Generally speaking, God says no. Sometimes God will say, yeah, okay, go with that and push it, and I'll be in it. But again, be guided by the Holy Spirit, because if God isn't saying He's going to be in it, then don't do it. No, God didn't tell me He'd be in it. It was just for me. I went down, just spoke to the lawyer. I asked initially, phoned a friend who's a Christian, said, do you know any Christian lawyers? The reason why is because I was hoping that a Christian lawyer is going to be guided by God. Because they're Christian, right? Clearly not, because if he was, he would have said, you shouldn't be pursuing this, you're not going to win. All you're going to do is get a huge fee, a few years down the line, that we're going to have to charge you for the work we put into it, and you won't win. So it's going to cost you, you won't get anything out of it at all. So, I did try and sort of go down, knock on the door, and the door opened. But that's the point. Christian lawyer. I, as a Christian who understands a bit about Christianity and the church and what a mess Christianity is in, should have understood that just because this person calls himself a Christian doesn't mean very much at all, does it? Maybe I should have tested that before I agreed that he should be taking the case on. But it's going to cost me, I think, around £1,400, which is just money thrown away, really. Nothing's going to come from it. Not at all. So there you go. There you go. It's annoying. But, pay him off. We'll pay him off most of that, not all of it. He asked me to get a review from GP. GP did a really awful bloody review. Really terrible. And I think, I get the impression from the way the lawyer responded, I think the GP and the lawyer are friends. Because the lawyer told me that review was absolutely useless. We can't use it. A lot of the information that the GP put in it was wrong, so it should be resorted, should be redone. But then he told the GP it was brilliant. Hey, don't worry, good. No issue with the report at all. Right to the report, thrown in the bin. No use at all. 150 quid for that, and it's thrown in the bin. So I'm not paying that much. I'm taking that off the bill to the lawyers. Also, I'm going to have a look at how much they charge for phone calls, and I'm charging them for my phone calls and my emails, because you phone, and eventually, maybe a few months later, you get some sort of response. And so all those phone calls, there's no reason why I shouldn't charge them for that. Because in the end, if you phone someone and they respond and they try and be helpful, or they get back to you, soon, you don't charge them for that, because that's what you expect. But if you're contacting the lawyer, trying to get information as to what's actually going on, and they don't actually bother to get back to you, and they're bubbly, then I think it's only fair to charge them for your time, because you wasted all that time, all those phone calls, all that time when you were making the phone calls. Charge them for that. They're going to charge you for any time they contacted you. So that's why I said the other day, how we respond to situations is really important. So I'm just ranting, I suppose. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I don't know. That's what I want to do. Chewie, leave that again. That bush still hasn't been dealt with. That tree with the... That's part of that one, yeah. Okay. Yeah, as I say, I'm just ranting. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Because what should I do? I don't know. But the reason why I say what should I do is because when I first met with the lawyer, I said to the lawyer, basically, your bill has to go on to the compensation, whatever the compensation is. He had a chance then to say, well, actually, after about a year of trying to do so, this could take 5 years. He should have said that. Then he should have said, every couple of years, we're going to issue a bill, and you'll have to pay that for us to go forward. If he'd have said that, I would have said, yeah, don't do that. Right, we're not going to do that. Come on this way, Amber, come here. Another doggy. Quiet. Trying to get away from this doggy. One with two doggies walking towards us again. If I wait for this woman to move and get off the path so I can go through, it's never going to happen. I've learned that now with people. Never going to happen. So yeah, as I say, it is what it is, isn't it, really? Gotta do what you're gonna do, ain't you, really? Yeah. So, exactly, how to respond, I don't know. Because you've got the human, how does you as a human want to respond, and how should you as a Christian respond? Very, very different. Leave that, it's a can. You know what I mean, cans, no. They all went for the can. Yeah, useful. Come here. Riley here. Lucy, here, now. Chewie, come here. See, she's got her dogs off lead. The dog isn't even coming to her. I've got to wait here even longer. Come here. Oi. Lucy, come here. Amber, come here. Come here, Amber. Now. Yeah, it's annoying with people. I was like, I watch these videos where people comment and say, how could people think the way they do? Like you've got these so-called Karens that go into a shop and approach someone who doesn't work there and demand the person find something. Doesn't even listen to what the person's saying or take notice of the fact the person doesn't work there. Gets so angry at the fact this person isn't responding to them. Like that lady lives in her own little world. Not even aware that I'm moving over there to get out of her way, and yet she's not even making sure that her dog is following her. So I've got to wait longer. That to me is... it's just annoying. You don't need to do that, folks. If you know someone's getting out their way getting out of your way, so there's no issue between your dogs and theirs. Get through as quickly as you possibly can. I've had it where I'm walking the dogs, I take my dogs out the way so that people can get through. They're still throwing a stick for their dog, and every time their dog brings the stick back, they stand still. I'm waiting. God, dear people. You can see why hell it's going to be full, can't you, really? It is unfortunate. It's going to be jam-packed drinking full. Right, leave it. Lucy, leave it. I don't know what the heck is in it. Leave it. It looks bad. Leave it alone. Looks full up with rubbish. Leave it. There's black stuff in there. It might just be a black bottle, but it feels quite heavy for an empty bottle. So whether it's filled with sludge or something worse, I don't know. So, yes, okay. Yeah, I say people live in their own little drinking world. They devalue people, and they're the only ones of value, basically. That's like I was saying about the EU. Going over to Africa, saying if you want aid, agree with this deal, give us everything, so we can make a ton out of you. We want all your produce, we want your people, we want your workforce, your produce, and really we're going to give you hardly anything for it, but we're going to make an absolute fortune. I mean, slavery, come back to mind. Again, it's devaluing the people. It's saying you, even though you have stuff of value, you yourself are of low value because you're not one of us. You're not in our band. We are the EU. You're not. So therefore, you're not important. It just so happens they were in Africa because, it's not just African people that they do this to. As I say, people that want to come out of the EU, they are just as out of order with them because they're trying to teach them a lesson. So suddenly those people are sort of in but not in because they don't really want to be in. Hi. I don't know what the answer is. I really don't. Do I think there's going to be an answer where God's going to come in power and convict people of their sins in a massive way? No. I don't think that's likely. I mean, it needs to happen. Is it what needs to happen? Yes. Is it what's going to happen? I don't know. No idea at all. And if it's possible with regards to God, I mean, I know if you look at the last 20, 30 years, look at how inactive